Everybody, Dowdark here. So I had an opportunity to pick up the Primal Archon for my running in my Trollbloods. We're doing the Oblivion campaigns, and part of me just hopes there's an opportunity where I can use some of the Archons in the campaign, just because from a thematic standpoint it's like these things came about because of the arrival of the Infernals. So seeing them in one of the campaigns would be pretty cool. And I don't know if the Dunya Archon that is Troll Partisan is going to be out before we finish the campaign scenarios for video. So I picked him up in the hopes of putting him into a list and get him on the channel. So if you are a Hordes player and you are not Scorn, because Scorn is the only one that can't take this, Scorn have to take the Void Archon. But if you're not Scorn, you can take this. Even Grimkin can take the Primal Archon. Or you're a Circle player and you want to take two of these. So Hordes players can take one, with the exception of Scorn. Circle players can take two because they're Partisan Circle. And I believe there's a theme force, I can't remember which one. I think it's the Devourer's host that can take two of these in the actual theme force. So taking the opportunity, pop this open, see what we got going on here. I'm going to come back and do a comparison of the size scale compared to, so here is the main body of the Primal Archon. It's in that res tech, plas tech kind of material. Very rocks, vines, as the image. So we've got a couple injection spouts that we'll need to clean up. I actually like the injection spouts when they're on the neck, because as long as you smooth them down, you'll never even notice them. Hopefully because this guy is rocks and everything, he will be easier to clean up and still not have any issues of spout nodes or areas that you can definitely see where the molding or the pouring went. So I believe these are going to be his legs, and the pour points are on the bottom of the feet, which is great because, again, easy to hide, easy to remove. I'll have to check it up close to see where mold lines are at. We have one of his fists, maybe? Hard to tell at the moment. Got a piece there, and I'm assuming this will be the other one. And, oops, got hands, 2 hands. So this will be, he's going to be an interesting one. Hands and metal will be interesting because these are going to be, when you put them together, these are going to be outside. So if you think about from the standpoint of painting it and moving the model around, you're not likely to grab the legs when you're moving the model around. You're more likely to either grab the outskirts of the model's hands or potentially the top. And since the top is going to be the Res Tech, I believe is going to be the top. Hard to say. Looking at the bits, I'm trying to figure out where the top is or where the headpiece is. So that's going to be... Where is your head? Alright, I tell you what, we're going to put it together, we'll bring them back, we'll have a conversation about it, and then I will actually put him together and paint him and show you the final product when he's fully finished. Alright, and here we go. Here is the assembled product. I can say that when I was first unboxing this, I had the main body completely wrong. The little knob where I thought was the head would go was actually the waist joint. I was basically confusing head with ass and ass with head. But the end product, I think it came out pretty good. It's comparable in size to a heavy, to its base. Not as big as like a Dire Troll Mauler or anything like that, but it in my eyes, it is the way it looks, the size that it is, and the base that it's on, I think adequately represent the what is it, like the 18 boxes that it has. It's a big light, if you will. There wasn't too much in the way of mold lines. Now I'll admit I don't have the best vision in of most people, so I can miss mold lines now and again. But I didn't see anything that either wasn't a mold line or couldn't easily be converted into a vine or something like that when painting and when assembling. The odd thing about it is even though it's balanced on its base, I don't know how to describe it. Even though it's balanced on its base, the model itself is not balanced. You've got the left arm, which is full pewter, both the claws and the arm itself is full pewter, and then I'm sorry, that would be its right arm. Its left arm would be mostly the res tech with pewter claws, which on its own, I mean, that automatically puts it to a heavy right tilt. But then the positioning of it when you put it onto the waist, you're gonna have to pin it. Like, you can't just set it there and it's going to glue appropriately. Or if you do, you're going to have to glue it to the waist first before you attach the arms on. And then, or ideally, glue it to the base, then glue it at the waist, then put the arms on. Because I had a hell of a time. I first put the feet down onto the base, and then I turned around and put the arms onto the waist. Or first I put the claws onto the arms, then I put the arms to the body. And then trying to adjoin the top half and the lower half was it was a nightmare. So I ended up having to reinforce the feet. Also, because I'm planning on doing a bark custom base for for him to go on, I'm probably going to have to pin the feet into the base because the addition of the bark's going to completely throw off. It's going to be super top heavy. So this is almost a model that I think would really benefit from a resin base, just to give it a little bit more weight and to lower that center of gravity for the model. Because it's so top heavy, my only concern in play is that it's going to potentially it's going to be one of those models that you always run into where it's like really easy to knock over. The quality's fine. The detail on it looks pretty solid. We'll know more once I can get it primed and get some shadings and color on it. I think the only thing I had was just the balance of the model seemed off. I'm still, even now, really perplexed as to why one arm was done in pure pewter and the other one was done in res tech. Like, if you're going to do both claws pewter, fine, but why one arm metal, one arm not? I would assume that you'd want to go either both metal or both not. Maybe they didn't do both metal because it would have been super top heavy, but in that case I would think that you would want to go the opposite direction and go both the res tech. But so far I'm enjoying the model. I think the kit looks nice, and I'm going to put a stop here and we'll bring it back up once I've got it fully painted.